In today's video, let's go over all the gear that I'll be bringing for my 3-day late fall Algonquin trip. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Marty here from PyreXtreme.com and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new, my name is Marty and here on the channel I cover all things canoe camping and gear. So if that interests you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like I said in the introduction, today I'm going to be going over all of the gear that I'm going to be bringing for a late fall canoe camping trip in Algonquin. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go outside and look at all that gear. All right, so first thing first, my big three. If we look at my shelter system, I decided to go with a tarp setup this time around, so I brought my ground sheet from my Limelight 4-person tent, my 10x10 AquaQuest Sil Nylon tarp, and 6 aluminum stake. And with that, I also packed my 10x12 polyethylene tarp. You've seen this tarp in previous videos, and I'm going to be carrying it in my case of the Trekology chair that I'll be strapping on the outside of my barrel. Now with my sleep system, I'm bringing my trusty Thermarest X-Therm, fantastic and very warm sleeping pad, and my -20 MEC hybrid bag. Now a hybrid bag is a bit of an old technology where the bottom half of the bag is filled with synthetic fill instead of down, and what the purpose of this is so that since down doesn't perform really well or at all when it's compressed, they decided to put some synthetic fill at the bottom to kind of make it work better. So it's a good bag, I really like it, but it's an old technology. They don't make them like that much anymore. Everything will be carried in my 60-liter barrel, and I will be using the level 6 Badass harness with that to carry that barrel. This is by far the best barrel harness out there, so if you're looking for a good harness, check that out, and I'll be doing a full review eventually. Now for my food, I'll be bringing everything in a Sea Line dry bag, 10 liters, and all of the food that I'll be bringing this time around will be dry food, and most of it from Packet Gourmet. I did a food review basically of Packet Gourmet of all those meals a couple of weeks ago, so I'll leave it in the cards up here so you guys can refer to that if you're interested to get any of them for meals. Now for my cook kit, it's going to be my ultralight cook kit, since all I'll be doing is boiling water. Again, did a video a few weeks ago on that extensively, so I'll leave it in the card so you guys can check this out. I'm also going to be pairing this with my GSI backpacker mug and the GSI Java drip. I'm trying to move away from instant coffee. I really enjoy coffee myself, so trying to be able to have some drip coffee and some really nice coffee, that's kind of my goal. So, and this setup is super ultralight, and I really like this mug because it keeps my coffee warm, but also it means that I can pack it for my early morning paddle because the lid completely seals shut, so I can also not be worried about spilling anything. For my water filtration, I'm bringing my 0.6 liter Be-Free Katadyn filter. I really like this water filter because it fits in my life jacket. It packs really small and it works. The flow is really good, and with it I'll be basically storing it in a Ziploc bag because I will have to sleep with it, otherwise it'll freeze and will not be working anymore. I'll be bringing my 6-inch blade from Outbound, just a cheap knife I got at Canadian Tire, but a couple of things I like about this knife. First, it's full tang so I can baiten with it, and second, it's got a 90-degree spine so I can strike a fire rod with it to start a fire. All right, now so my safety bag, which is kept in a orange 10-liter dry bag from Sea Line. I only have a few things pulled out right now, so a waterproof flare and a small first aid kit, but there's a lot more in there, and I'll be doing basically an extensive video on that safety bag more in March at the beginning of next year's paddling season, so that everybody can get ready in thinking about safety and whatnot for next season. Moving along to my Diddy bag, so I just use a simple mesh MEC bag, and in there I always bring some Noon tablets for hydration purposes. I really enjoy those tablets. They taste good, but they're not sweet, but they have a ton of electrolytes. I also have 4 Prosek knots on 2 small little carabiners, and I bring an extra Bic Mini lighter. Along with that will be my toothpaste and my toothbrush. Very simple. And my trusty headlamp from Black Diamond. Just a simple headlamp with a red light feature. I will also be packing about 25 feet of paracord to make ridge lines and possible clothing lines, and it's all coiled really neatly so it doesn't get all tangled. And this is my stargazing laser pointer that I'm going to be bringing as well, because I've started to map out the night sky on my spare time. I've been obsessed with trying to figure out all the constellations in the sky, and using a laser pointer like this just really helps kind of draw out the stars in the night sky. If you do get yourself a laser pointer like this, be sure to never point this at anyone, number one, but also at any crafts, flying crafts, because this can be quite dangerous. Now for all of my electronics, this is what I'll be bringing basically to shoot all of my videos. And I store everything in a black mesh bag, and I've got some earbuds in there, my lightning cable, as well as my 26,000 milliamp battery bank from Anker, my Rode Mini mic, and an LED light so I can shoot at night. And this light is so powerful, I also use it just to create light at camp. I usually set it up on my tripod or something, and it works really well because it's nice and strong. And I'll be using the Pedco ultralight little stand and a jaw clamp for the Canoe as well. Alright, so for footwear, I'll be wearing at camp my Altras Lone Peak 4. They're basically just a trail runner that I really enjoyed, really nice and light and breathable, and I'll be spending most of the day, I would assume, in my Asolo 3-season hiking boots. And I'm trying something new this time around to try to keep my feet dry. I'm using the Rab Vapor Barrier socks as kind of an inside liner. So I'll report back on that. I'm not sure how it's going to go. And all of my clothing is in a 15-liter Sea-Line dry sack. Now, everything in there I've gone through in a previous video on how to layer for fall trips. And it literally contains everything from the clothes I'll be wearing the day on the days that I'll be paddling and everything. So this will be a lot smaller when I pack it out. But if you want to go through all of that, basically I'll leave a link in the description below and in the cards so you can refer to that. Now moving along, my poop kit. I've got a yellow ditty bag, a trowel, my hand sanitizer obviously, and a little bit of toilet paper. And for navigation, I will be bringing my Algonquin Canoe route map, and I'll also be navigating with my Gaia apps from my iPhone 11. And my compass and everything will go in my map case, waterproof map case. Speaking of my phone, I'll also be using it to shoot all the videos of that trip. Now, this is a very, very fun piece of equipment. I don't think everybody will know about this, but this is the Thermarest Trekker Chair 2.0. This pairs up with my Thermarest X-Therm, and I absolutely love that chair. I've been using it all season. I'll be using it throughout the winter. I'll be coming back with a full review on this shortly, but this might be my favorite chair for the backcountry, just an FYI for everybody. Now my paddles, I've got my square tip and another small paddle that I'll be bringing with me as a safety paddle, and I also have my otter tail that I couldn't find, so it's not in this shot, but I'll definitely have it for the trip. And for all of my safety gear, my heaving line, 15 meters, my baler, and obviously my PFD with a whistle on there. But for a full extensive list of my safety paddling gear, I'll leave another link in the cards up here. I covered that a few weeks ago. And we will be traveling in my Algonquin style 3P canoe. Nothing special, but it does the job just fine.